is News 3 Now at 6.
Staff at the Alliant Energy Center likes to get you in and out for a drive-through COVID test in about 30 minutes. That was not the case yesterday.
Some people waited for 2 or 3 hours in a line that stretched all the way to the Beltline. Today we found out why. Jamie Perez joins us live at Alliant Energy Center after speaking with the site manager there. Jamie?
Right, so yesterday was the first day that they started their new hours. They weren't open for a couple of days, and then they opened at noon yesterday. They said that, on top of the increased attention that national media has put on high-profile individuals testing positive for COVID, all of these things played a factor into why the wait lines were so long yesterday. Getting a COVID test is not very pleasant.
This is going to go up both nostrils, about an inch in. Are you ready?
Yes.
But getting to those tests went much better at the Alliant Energy Center today.
So yesterday we definitely had unprecedented demand. We ended up testing 3,150 people in 8 hours.
Testing site director Ken Van Horn thinks there were a number of factors for that high interest, but there was a key change that played into it too.
Yesterday was our first day of our new hours. So we weren't open on Monday for the first time since May 11th.
Those hours changed as the National Guard hands off staffing to public health. They ended up needing to turn away about 50 cars at the end of last night.
Who's next?
Yesterday was also the first day that free flu shots were given out in the same space. But Tess Ellens, who runs the flu shot clinic here, said out of more than 3,000 people waiting in line yesterday, fewer than 50 were here for the flu shot.
Because of the demand of COVID tests, we found that we were a little bit backed up for a flu vaccine. Today we've worked it out so that it's a separate drive-through process, so the wait time is much less than it was yesterday for flu vaccine.
National Guard troops are still the main staffers here, but Van Horn said they're slowly transitioning them out.
As we add employees, the Guard will be taking back. So it's not a simple, they're going to hand off the site to us.
Good to go.
While public health hires more help, the department expects Tuesday's delays were just an unpleasant fluke. Now, they said if we do see another surge in testing demand, public health is asking you to pre-register. They say that makes the process go by 16 times faster. They also recommend that you don't show up right at the start of the day or at the start of the week because that is their busiest time.
Jamie Perez live at Alliant Energy Center. Jamie, thank you. Governor Evers has opened a field hospital at the state fairgrounds as surging COVID-19 cases threaten to overwhelm our hospitals. According to DHS officials, only 16% now of Wisconsin's nearly 12,000 hospital beds are available. That's as of yesterday afternoon.
The strain on our healthcare system is not only measured in hospital beds. We must also think about the people working in these hospitals. Their heroic work is saving lives, but it is also growing more and more difficult in the face of colleagues out sick or in quarantine because of intense community spread.
Now, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers built this 530-bed field hospital at the fairgrounds back in West Dallas in April, but it hasn't been needed until now. Patients will be accepted within the next week. And today we've set a record for the number of hospitalized patients and the number in the ICU. 853 COVID patients hospitalized, about a fourth of them, 216 of them are in intensive care. State health officials say ICUs have seen an increase of almost 27% just since last week. The Fox Valley, northeast and southeastern regions of the state operating at or above 90% of ICU capacity. There are almost 2,500 new cases confirmed today.
Today, reporters asked whether the Alliant Energy Center Field Hospital needs to be activated. Secretary-designee Palm says they're in conversations with Dane County partners to assess that, but she notes the Alliant Center is not as far in the preparation process as the state fairgrounds were, so it will take considerably more time to set up if it is needed. New at 6, State Senator Tim Carpenter is calling for Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald to resign. Carpenter writes in a statement, quote, "The Republican-controlled legislature has done nothing for over 170 days, failing to convene to pass any legislation to combat COVID-19 or the ongoing unemployment crisis," end quote. He writes that we are facing the worst public health crisis since 1918, and the legislature has no scheduled meetings. A review by WisPolitics finds the Wisconsin legislature has been the least active full-time state legislative body in the country since the start of the pandemic. The report says the other 9 states with full-time legislatures have met on average 18 times more frequently than their Wisconsin counterparts since Governor Evers first declared a public health emergency on March 12th. Multiple Republican lawmakers have said they support challenging the governor's new emergency order on indoor gathering limits, calling it unenforceable. This afternoon, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos released a statement saying cooperation and collaboration are essential to fight the pandemic. He writes, quote, "With cases again rising, it's clear the governor's go-it-alone, grab-bag approach has been a failure." Vos says legislative leaders are requesting a meeting with the governor to discuss solutions.
A gorgeous fall day across southern Wisconsin. Let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary.
And as the day winds down, we've got a beautiful sunset getting ready to take place in the western sky. The live view from the Edgewater Skycam shows brilliantly blue skies with that sun setting in the west. Visible cloud track shows very little in the way of cloud cover anywhere across the state other than the far northeastern portion of the state. Temperatures right now have cooled off into the mid-60s in Madison, still in the lower 70s over parts of southwestern Wisconsin, but these temperatures will fall off pretty quickly tonight. In fact, by tomorrow morning, we should be down to around 44 degrees with mostly clear skies. Tomorrow will be a sunny and mild day with a high of 67. We should be back in the 70s on Friday with brisk southerly winds. More details on the rest of the forecast in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. And developing tonight, the Milwaukee District Attorney has announced Wauwatosa police officer Joseph Mensah will not face criminal charges for shooting and killing 17-year-old Alvin Cole. According to police, Cole ran from police at Mayfair Mall and fired a handgun at officers before Mensah fired back. But a report from an independent investigator found that Cole did not fire at Mensah or any other officers. Rather, he shot himself in the arm while running away. The DA says he does not believe the state could disprove self-defense or defense of others in this case, and therefore could not meet the burden required to charge Joseph Mensah.
DA Chisholm did not justify this shooting, which means Alvin did not shoot at Joseph Mensah. Joseph Mensah is not a credible source in this case right now.
Now, Officer Mensah, who is black, has fatally shot 2 others before Alvin Cole. Those shootings were ruled self-defense. Local officials have closed City Hall ahead of possible protests. Governor Evers has authorized the National Guard to respond to Wauwatosa as well. National Guard officials did not say how many troops are ready for deployment. Former Minneapolis officer charged with murder in the death of George Floyd posted his $1 million bail today. Derek Chauvin was released from prison, charged with second-degree murder and other crimes, scheduled to face trial in March, together with 3 other officers who are charged with aiding and abetting, but a judge is weighing a request to have them tried separately.
Jacob Blake is out of the hospital 6 weeks after being shot in the back 7 times by Kenosha police officer Rustin Shesky. Blake's attorney says he's in a spinal injury rehab center in Chicago, but couldn't provide any additional details about his condition. Family members initially said the 29-year-old was paralyzed from the waist down, and it was unclear if the condition was permanent. Almost 3/4 of people in Wisconsin support Governor Evers' current mask mandate.
That's according to the latest Marquette Law School poll, which was released today. Naomi Coles joins us to break down why that matters. Naomi?
Most people actually supported wearing masks before the mandate. That hasn't changed throughout the last few Marquette polls. This latest one found 72% in favor of a mandate. Just 26% are not. That's up from 68% in favor in August. And similarly, most think in-person campaign rallies should stop.
Majority said they should stop for both candidates. 52% said stop. 37% said they're safe and should continue. But speaking of debates, it's the reverse on debates. 67% said the debate should go ahead. Only 23%.
Now, 61% are either very or somewhat worried about getting COVID-19. We've told you about the huge numbers of absentee ballots requested. This poll shows us a lot more of those may be for Democrats. Almost 60% of Republicans plan to vote in person on Election Day. Only 39% of Democrats plan to be there November 3rd.
Naomi, thank you. Nearly half of all absentee ballots mailed to voters in the city of Middleton have already been returned. According to an update from the city administrator, more than 9 9,000 ballots have been mailed to voters. More than 4,000 have already been returned. City has about 15,000 registered voters, so 27% of them have already cast their ballots, and that is a month before Election Day. You can watch the vice presidential debate right here on CBS. It'll start tonight, 8 p.m. The candidates will be separated by plexiglass, as you see there, with increased social distancing, more than 12 feet apart. California Senator Kamala Harris expected to go after the Trump administration's pandemic response, while the Vice President, Mike Pence, is expected to defend his leadership of the president's coronavirus task force. We'll have a recap tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Coming up next at 6, redevelopment plans for a Stoughton staple. And a Madison Middle School gets an unexpected donation from a local bank. Stay with us.
Stock up during the big cereal sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Hy-Vee. General Mills cereal, just $1.88. Grape nuts, 4 for only $9. And Malto Mills cereal, 2 for just $5. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Hy-Vee.
Everyone loves a good snack, and we've got plenty to choose from at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. From classic candies and gummy go-tos to craveable chocolates and savory trail mixes, we're your snacking headquarters. Your choice of Farm and Fleet chocolate favorites or trail mixes, just $3.49. Get Farm and Fleet licorice or gummies, your choice, just $1.99. Cattleman's Cut beef jerky is only $9.99. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Attention homeowners, we started with 50. Now we're looking for 30 homeowners who need a kitchen upgrade. Mad City Kitchens is your trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. Avoid a lengthy remodel, stay under budget, and get a beautiful modern kitchen in as little as 2 days. Our design consultants make it easy and fun. Mad City Kitchens is Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. 30 homeowners who call now will receive special savings on a kitchen upgrade with 75% off labor, 60 months, 0% interest. Plus, receive a bonus $100 Walmart gift card with purchase. We'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, have your zip code and location ready to qualify. Call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Stock up during the big cereal sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Hy-Vee. Kellogg's cereal, 3 for just $5. Captain Crunch or Life, only $1.88. And Select Post cereal, 3 for just $5. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Hy-Vee.
A local bank is recognizing World Teachers Day with a $20,000 donation to Madison's Toki Middle School. The donation made through the bank's partnership with the national nonprofit organization Adopt a Classroom. Toki principal Kyle Walsh says they're still figuring out how to spend that money, but the list of possibilities includes supplies for when they're able to safely return to the classroom, maybe musical instruments, equipment for STEM programming, or new books.
They seem kind of basic, but books, like how are we making sure we have a library that is fully responsive to our students, what they're interested in? Do they see themselves reflected in the literature that is in front of them every day? Their interests, that sort of thing too. Over half of our students are students of color. And so making sure that just the text that they're interacting with is something that they can relate to.
Walsh says he was pretty floored when he found out Wisconsin Bank and Trust wanted to make this donation out of the blue. He got to announce the good news to staff at the end of a virtual training session today. I want to thank everyone who helped us reach 4,697 donations. Our Coats for Kids campaign. We still have a few days left. If you need to check those closets, Saturday's the final collection day at any Clinky Cleaners location.
There are some big plans in the works for the Stoughton Cinema Cafe. Stoughton-based Mershon Cidery has purchased the space. They plan to open some of the walls to make space for a tasting room, plus create a public market experience, inviting restaurants and local retail shops to join. At least one theater will be kept in place for events, live music, and sports watching parties. A grand opening for the tasting room is planned for December. Still ahead at 6, Madison alders pass an ordinance to limit police access to military surplus items. We'll hear reaction from the police chief and why one alder says it's a step towards community control over policing. And the sunny, pleasant weather continues. Gary has your first warn forecast next.
I want a reservation reservation for 2 pair of glasses and an eye exam.
Oh, you can just walk in.
I see. My reputation precedes me.
Actually, we do this for everyone.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. Boop, gone.
Unbeatable prices without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
Don't miss these great deals at Govan Cars Grand Opening Sale. 2017 Nissan Sentras, Hyundai Elantras, and Kia Fortes for only $99.95 or $159 per month.
That's right. Buy a 2017 Nissan Sentra, Hyundai Elantra, or Kia Fortes for only $99.95 or $159 per month. So just hurry in today and just ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Govan.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Govan.
You gotta go to Govan, GovanCars.com.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
Now's the time to get the beautiful modern kitchen you've always wanted with custom cabinet refacing by Mad City Kitchens. We'll turn your old, outdated kitchen into the kitchen of your dreams in as little as 2 days. Right now, 30 homeowners will save with 75% off labor, plus 60 months 0% interest. You'll get a bonus $100 Walmart gift card with purchase, and call during this program to receive a free gift with your in-home estimate.
It's Steinhoffel's 86th anniversary, and we're celebrating with 35% off store-wide, plus an extra $86 off every $7.99 you spend. Your choice sofa or bed only $3.99 each. Get ready for the holidays with this dining room set, now only $9.99. Take an extra 5% off all Canadell dining sets, both in stock and custom order. And use Steinhoffel's no money down 60-month special financing. So shop Steinhoffel's and celebrate with our family during our 86th anniversary sale.
Stanton Optical is always here for you with our safe telehealth technology. You can just walk in for an eye exam whenever you need one. And your eye exam is free when you buy 2 pair of glasses for as low as $59.95. Find your nearest store at StantonOptical.com or call 1-800-STANTON.
Welcome back. We have breaking news for you. Given the significant increase in COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations across Wisconsin, UW-Madison is limiting attendance at Camp Randall. So UW officials say only essential personnel will be allowed to attend the football season opener against Illinois. That is happening on either October 23rd or 24th. The final date has not been announced just yet. The change limits attendance to only players and coaches from both teams, essential public safety and stadium operations personnel, a limited number of journalists as well. Madison's police chief says he can live with the extra control the city council approved over his department last night. In fact, it was part of a compromise.
Adam Duxter explains what the vote means for Madison officers when it comes to what they can and cannot use to gear up.
For years, MPD has relied on military surplus to provide things like jackets, flashlights, and masks as a part of a federal local program known as the 1033 program. But as conversations of militarizing police are continuing in our community, City Council is saying they want more control over just exactly what MPD is getting. Today, Interim Chief of Police Vic Wall is making sure things are clear about how the department collects military surplus items.
Without having the background and a real sort of functional understanding of how we use the program, it can conjure up a lot of images of military weapons and things like that.
Over the summer, the City Council proposed an ordinance that would cut the department's partnership with the 1033 program entirely. It turns out that would end up costing a lot of money.
We save anywhere from around $25,000 a year in annual operating costs and about $100,000 a year in capital fund costs.
That led Alder Keith Furman to try and come up with a different solution. Last night,
that item passes.
The City Council did. On a 13-6 vote, it passed an ordinance that bans MPD from using the program to get things like bayonets, tear gas, or tank-like trucks, while not ending the program altogether. Wall says he's okay with these changes.
I'm comfortable with what the final product was, and I think it strikes a good balance.
Well, for Alder Furman, this is a step towards transparency and community control.
We need to really think differently about how we're doing things and take steps on many different issues related to public safety. And I think last night was one of those examples of them.
In addition of limiting what MPD can get from this program, City Council is also limiting exactly how much of one thing they're allowed to ask for. Anything valued over $50,000 will now have to be approved by the City Council. For a full list of what MPD can and can no longer ask for from the 1033 program, you can visit our website, channel3000.com. In Madison, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
And MPD will also now provide the City Council with a list of items they're getting twice a year. Alder Furman says should they disagree with an item, they can vote to have it sent back.
And here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with a look at our first warn forecast.
Well, another beautiful day across southern Wisconsin, lots of sunshine. 3 things you need to know in the forecast: that dry weather will continue through the weekend, and temperatures will remain mild through next Monday, with high temperatures upper 60s for tomorrow and at or above 70 from Friday through Monday. But we will see some showers and thunderstorms late Monday afternoon into Monday night, and some showers on Tuesday, and that will lead to a cool second half of next week with high temperatures back in the 50s. Live view from the WISC Skycam looking back toward the downtown area. Hazy sunshine just as we're getting close to sunset. Quiet weather around here, not so along the Gulf Coast. Hurricane watches have been issued for the Louisiana Gulf Coast, and as well as parts of far southeastern Texas. Tropical storm watches south of Houston and then through the New Orleans metro area and into the southern portions of Alabama. Storm surge watch also in effect from far eastern Texas for the entire Louisiana Gulf Coast, including Lake Pontchartrain and the New Orleans metro area, and then for the southern portions of Alabama and Mississippi. Hurricane Delta right now, maximum sustained winds 85 miles per hour. Weakened a bit as it moved over the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico last night, moving northwest at 17 miles per hour. But now that it's back over the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico, which are still pretty warm, should strengthen into a Category 2 or perhaps Category 3 hurricane with maximum sustained winds about 100 to 115 miles per hour. Still a very strong storm as it moves toward the Louisiana Gulf Coast. Perhaps parts of southwestern Louisiana might be impacted most. Of course, that's the area that got hit hard by Hurricane Laura earlier. And then as the storm moves into eventually Kentucky and Tennessee, it kind of falls apart but brings a lot of rain to the southeastern part of the country. While Delta is continuing toward the Gulf of Mexico, things are very quiet across the rest of the country. You can see how little cloud cover there is anywhere. And usually when we have a big tropical system in the Gulf of Mexico, the rest of the country stays relatively quiet because that air has to flow northward as it gets lifted by the hurricane or tropical storm and then sinks and causes high pressure to form. And that's exactly where we are right now with mild conditions, temperatures mainly in the 60s across Wisconsin, but not far to our southwest, temperatures in the 80s, even 90s across parts of Kansas. So for tomorrow, look for mostly sunny skies, high temperature at 67 degrees, just a couple degrees cooler than today. We're back up into the upper 70s on brisk southerly winds on Friday with plenty of sunshine. Temperatures over the weekend will stay in the 70s into early next week, then some shower and thunderstorm chances late Monday into Tuesday, and then that's followed by cooler weather for the second half of next week.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
I've been a police officer for nearly 32 years. Joe Biden does not have the backs of police officers.
Joe Biden's silence is encouraging the rioters. If Joe Biden's elected, it's just going to continue.
Joe Biden empowers these people. The more you empower them, the more crime they go to commit.
In Joe Biden's America, we'll all be in danger. If you support the police and you want to be safe in your home and you want your children safe, support Donald Trump.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
At Papa Murphy's, we make fresh pizza that you bake at home. Because home is where the fun is. For a limited time only, get the Combo Magnifico Pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 30 homeowners who need a custom kitchen upgrade. Cabinet refacing by Mad City Kitchens improves the look and feel of your kitchen without the hassles and high cost of a full remodel. From cabinet doors and drawer fronts to countertops, kitchen islands, and more. Create your perfect kitchen design and we'll install it in as little as 2 days. Remember, Mad City Kitchens is passing along special savings to 30 homeowners who call now. Receive 75% off labor on kitchen upgrades with 60 months, 0% interest. You'll get the bonus $100 Walmart gift card with purchase. And last chance to call during this program for the free $50 Amazon gift card with your in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, have your zip code and location ready to qualify. Call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Thursday morning, we'll be taking a closer look at the new statewide gathering limits that go into effect at 8 a.m.
And we'll be recapping the vice presidential debate between Mike Pence and Kamala Harris.
We'll see you from 4:30 to 7 on News 3 Now this morning. When you bring up Wisconsin's defensive line, all Jim Leonard can do is smile. For the first time in a while, he's got guys with a lot of experience up front. Just think about the DNs. Isaiah Loudermilk, Garrett Rand, and Matt Henningsen are all back for another year. And for that unit, the talk all off season has been to amp up their production on the field. Because with new faces at linebacker, tackles will be up for grabs.
We know that we can be a special unit. We've been around each other a long time. We've learned a lot. So, this year is really about the D-line stepping up.
We've had Chris Shore, we've had Zach Vaughn, we've had Garrett Dillon, we had guys, and TJ Watts, and we had those guys coming off that edge. And so this whole offseason was about cutting them loose and getting them to be more productive.
Zadarius Smith had a real quiet first 3 weeks of the season, posting just 8 tackles and 2 sacks. Then something clicked on Monday night against the Falcons, and Smith went wild, terrorizing Matt Ryan all night long. Smith finished with 8 tackles, 5 quarterback hits, and 3 sacks. That performance earned him the game ball from Matt LaFleur and NFC Defensive Player of the Week honors. And Smith credits his big night to a midweek conversation he had with his head coach.
I forgot the stats, but it was something crazy. I'm talking about like on a video game. I didn't even know I had done that much, but it's big, man, to be able to get this because he challenged me earlier this week to bring my all in this game, man, and I'm going to continue to do it because I started off slow. But as you can see, man, I'm back on track now to continue to be great.
And day 2 of the NHL draft just wrapped up, and there was some local flavor in it. Verona's Mason Lohrei was taken in the 2nd round by the Bruins, and Badger freshman Sam Stang was picked up by the Red Wings in the 4th round. And how about this? John Daly golfing at a charity golf tournament earlier this week, teeing off without shoes, and of course, he crushes it. 130 yards straight in the hole for an ace. It's his 11th career hole-in-one, and the hole he sunk it on, of course, hole 11.
He is a character, isn't he?
He's something else.
Still going after all these years. Let's go to Gary. Final check.
Well, tomorrow, look for high temperatures in the upper 60s after a chilly night, down in the mid-40s tonight, but temperatures will remain mild through the weekend. Some thunderstorm chances late Monday and some showers Tuesday of next week, followed by cooler weather for the end of the week.
Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.